My prayers are answered.
Better get ready.
Poor dear.
Oh, hello and welcome back, all you
that's
fine
more like
folks out
it.
there, and thank you, Panfogged. We got a great game. We
do.
Champions coming again.
you think
And
I'd
Magnus, it's
blunder?
back again.
You
And the
were
TA, it's
mistaken
back
me
again. And it's
for
also two
Dota.
sides of TI champions, of course, too. Can't take away
Yeah.
credit from one of the other sides. But yeah, it's interesting. I've been wanting to see more CK. I definitely don't think I want to see more TA, but we're going to get it. And yeah, we do, of course, get the Magnus for our boy.
Absolutely, Mr. I mean, it's interesting, right? Like it's getting a little grim with the TAs just running away with the game.
Yes.
We'll see if Yadro can keep up that streak. And already, teams getting close together. Do they
30
know about
seconds to
this?
shoot.
I don't believe that they saw him. It didn't look. He said up.
All right.
Yeah, they
He's
didn't.
like, I
know.
don't wanna
He
be
said,
here
whoa,
anymore.
whoa, whoa. This is a little spicy for me right now.
It's too scary. I'm curious if they just head down and get their own bounty run, if they do try and come and contest for this one.
I think they just go for their own. Yeah, I think you just take the two safe ones on the side of Radiant this time around. Your level one's a little weird. You know, you've got your TA who doesn't do too much, your Wyvern who doesn't do too much. You got a lot of heroes that don't really do too much at that level one compared to a team with like a Stanagash, a couple different easier nukes to set up. So they don't want to take the fight. They just want to get easy runes.
We'll see if they even get
But
bullied
Roger-
out of this one. Moves in, Maposhka gets it.
He does get the
Now,
grab.
Shackles, some good damage. The meld is there.
No
and
more
mind
bets,
control
please.
already in some trouble. Oh, he's gonna live though.
Close, very close. Extra bit of armor. Does actually force out a salve right away. Power shackles, shaman. Like we're just gonna be seeing that more and more throughout this tournament. I think you already were the best trader in the game. It felt like now you're even better because you just have a healing built in to your shackles. So that's really cool.
Dude, I completely forgot about that. This patch is so weird.
Yeah, it heals, man. It heals.
It's
Look at
so
it. Look at it go.
crazy.
The damage got slightly tuned down, but I mean, who cared about the damage when now you're healing it for
Exactly.
over a tango every single time you use it. We saw somebody max it earlier. I think DJ went 114 or something. I believe it was. So pretty cool.
Too strong. LTW took a couple tower shots there. I guess that
Yeah.
was just the skewer back by collapse potentially. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
They're able to catch him. So nicely played. And already queuing up that Helm of the Dominator, wanting to take use of these super broken creeps, the early gods.
And I'm curious to see some fun creeps as well, in particular versus like a Tide Hunter. You just said the word break. We have the fight up top.
Yeah, skewer pulling him away
Oh, he's still
from
tethered.
PH. Is it enough damage though? Can they bring him down? Collapse getting low and is gonna get brought down. ILTW draws first blood, and now a 2-second stun afterwards. Roger still trying to bully back, but I mean, this is tough.
I can't believe that tether stayed.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was insane. GH kept it going. I believe if they break the tether, they might actually get the CK before, but now...
Yeah, this is the heal backup that comes in, and the skewer underneath the tower. Will he get brought down in time? Yes, they will. GHIO is a classic.
It is.
I mean, that's what he got his name on.
Yeah, and it's a cool switch up, right, too. It's Kuroki's playing in the off lane as a disruptor, so not wanting to play the IO himself, even playing that 5 probably from the off lane. Gonna be a bit interesting, and this is gonna be interesting, like actual battles between the drafts too, just because the massive amount of team fight that Spirit has, but it looks like lanes are just
Oh my god.
constant battles right now.
Dude, he's got to heal back up. The shackles, if he can do it, and actually skewers back in. Again, that tether's going to last, and Roger is eventually going to get brought down here, most likely very, very low.
parry.
Parry fire afterwards, trying to survive, gets another punch. It is going to not quite be enough to take him down.
Was that GH
And now
parry?
the salve afterwards, he's running in. Yo, this game is wild already.
They have 4 CS on the CK.
Oh no. Oh.
You got 5 now. They're just straight up battling lane. Okay. Kind of to be expected when you're playing versus that shaman. And when you do have like the infinite mana in a way, kind of on the CK with your IO buffing them up constantly. But now look at this wave that's pushing into collapse.
Yeah, they are going to be able to catch those, though. That's really good. The little pine cones being drawn away. So 2 range creeps gone. We'll see if Roger can come over and contest. I don't think so, though.
No.
It's tough.
They're going to lose 2 of those range. But they're going to build the farm under the tower here, and he's going to get up to higher CS than the CK actually does. So that constant battling, actually maybe is, in the end here, all favored out Spirit a bit here just because of that enormous wave. I don't think I've ever seen a quad wave at the 3-minute mark.
Well, off to a hot start for sure. You can see that at least for now, Kuro making the move all the way over towards mid, trying to stack up. Or I guess
He's trying to suicide, but he's being stalked.
it's not going to give him that one that easy. And
Yeah, he can just
the
beat him. Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Yep. His Tide is self-sufficient in the bottom lane. It's the TA versus the Tide Hunter, so... And we are looking at that mid. It is quite one-sided right now. 9 last hits on Tokyo, 18 and 9 on Miracle, so...
Yeah, he's gonna have the same amount of denies as last hits.
Yeah, Lena's still here to play as Collapse. Getting low again.
And is gonna get brought down. ILTW, he's not even gonna end up fully... Well, it's a good amount of damage there. Roger now getting body blocked by GH. How much damage can he do? A 2-second stun. Yeah, could go for another round of it.
Just
not
out of range. Close. Almost would be able to turn that one. Yeah, mid is quite a big problem. I mean, that is a enormous disparity. It's a full level advantage almost for Miracle now.
Miracle's pretty good at Dota still.
Yeah, maybe Lena's still quite strong as well too. I know maybe people are writing it off a little early.
The Dire went and fortified.
Definitely feels like a different, not entirely hero by Yatoro. Some trouble, tried to turn it back, but Mind Control gets on in there and brings him down. Man, they are looking good across all the lanes right now.
They really are. And that's a weird kind of situation to have that one happen in, right? With a Tide and a Shadow and a Disruptor. I guess the Wyvern was pulling after he got pulled to the side, so Kuroki's little runaround ended up paying off heavily.
Really impressive. Yeah, getting those levels up on the Tide can always be so effective. Yeah. He's already 20 and 3 right now. Obviously going to go up a little bit more. TA's been out of the lane for a bit, so something to watch for there. And we'll see. It's not really heroes that rotate that much outside of their lanes, though. Things feel very static.
Yes, I don't think we're going to have too many movements early on. Well, 6-minute rune, I believe we'll have at least supports checking out those. Is Roger, where's GH?
On the tower, pulling him in, healing back up. Roger trying to see if he can do something here, but he's still just taking so much damage. And now GH turned upon. He's playing this so beautifully. This is a solid IO.
Unexpected, you know. Yeah. GH incredibly good at this hero, and yeah, they're making it look really strong. Fix those last hits as well. They're back up to now 20 on the CK, so back into their favor. As you were mentioning before, all 3 lanes looking good.
They can make any sort of mix-ups happen here for Team Spirit, but it feels like it's going to have to be off of like level change or something else, because you're not moving.
Look at this move already. Kuro is setting up onto the mid lane again. They have the level 6 on Lina. It's an easy kill on Deathblock if they catch her.
Although maybe we can get something here as well. Skewer both of them back underneath, and that's going to be a dead GH. Okay, and they're dodging the gank mid as well. So Team Spirit making the right moves.
This is one of the most exciting lanes I've seen in quite a bit.
Yeah,
they're just
so weird.
Actually non-stop battling in the top lane.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing, right? Like, IO always wants to sort of make use of the regen. You want to trade a bunch of shaman too, so why not?
And CK loves to trade too because he has built-in sustain, so it's great. And now with the new positioning of that offlane tower, we're seeing those skewers every time, right? It's always easy for Collapse to just get that skewer off onto at least one of those heroes under the tower.
Wasn't able to get that connection with the pull to the side there. So they couldn't quite to make that work. And you see right now that they're respecting the strength of that IOCK.
Yep. They're not looking to get aggressive pretty much at all. As Miracle has a DD now. So mid tower is starting to get pressured. They might have to rotate someone over soon. They do not want to lose their T1 this early. With a Death Prophet mid versus Lina, that'd be pretty painful. Because he's going to get the looks like boss rush on Lina too. So map presence is going to be really high for the side of Enigma.
Is even just spamming out the wave there again. Cut out of that DD. Damage onto that tower, but I don't know, we'll see. Next couple of minutes are going to be interesting to watch. Obviously, if a haste run or something comes up, that will be a big mark for somebody to go.
Kuro is actually doing really interesting. So he's literally just playing kind of just around the mid area the entire time as this disruptor. He's just waiting for an opportunity if Tokyo steps up too far like he did here.
Yeah, that's a problem. And pulling back in?
No.
Oh, okay, couldn't quite do it. Collapse. Trying to get away under tower as Roger is stunned. 2 seconds, TP rotation coming in. Enigma will back out. They're going to respect the danger that is that Wyvern.
I'm loving these Kuroki moves really though. It's so important because he knows that the Tide Under's fine in that 1v1 versus the TA because of the way that the lane had started. And now look, Tide's actually pressuring tower while Kuro's still looking to make pressure toward that mid lane. Might pay with his life this time, but...
Yeah, they move on in. Tokyo's there, and he's going to play cleanup on this kill. A nice little pickup there. And meanwhile, Skewer not going to connect this time. Collapse. It's away. And Roger now underneath the tower. These guys are still super tanky. They had a big stick there on PH and a ring around the rosy, but 2 seconds stun comes through. And Yeah, who needs a tower, honestly?
Who needs last hits too? We were mentioning that the CK was struggling a little bit in last hit. Look at his net worth. He's way above. He did recover, of course, in those last hits, but it is all these constant kills that are happening. He's got 4 spelt now.
All right, you know what that tells me, though?
What's that?
Street gold coming
Street
out. You
gold.
ready?
That's true. If he actually ever dies, though, I mean, he's gonna have armlet charge super early on, and he's got the IO backing up with the heals too. It's a crazy amount of sustain.
Collapse did finish off that helm of the Dominator.
Good.
Radiant's
This is,
top towers.
are they just gonna run into the tower again?
Why not?
Dude, ILTW does not care at all. Pops the ulti, okay, good cold embrace there, and that's gonna force them back.
Okay, and mid push because now left bottom side entirely. He's going to start getting stacked so that Yatoro is enabled, and he's going to be there to protect Collapse as well, as we saw.
Stun, Winter Blast. I really don't think ILTW was...
I don't think he cares at all. This is a very free time for me. So yeah, all 3 lanes just continue to look really good.
Spirit definitely struggling at this point. Need to find some big plays later on. Maybe one of those like blink RP and then into the stomp from a centaur or something. They get that.
They have good ways to fight. That's the one thing. They're gonna have great ways to actually team fight to recover a little bit how these lanes have gone with that DP ult, with the Magnus ult and everything too. So, and they have good ways to force reaction from the side of. They can always pressure these towers really easily with both Death Prophet and TA, and even Shadow Shaman. Honestly, they have like 3 different ways to kind of poke towers. TA has to be a little cautious, but.
And how do you even, I mean, I guess the punishment again is that Magnus, he wants to get online.
Difficulties.
It's going to be for a little while as the haste rune, set by Roger, running mid, and drop some wards down. We're just looking for...
He's just showing around. They're looking to play around top. They're gathering up. He's still not quite 6. Soon though on the Shaman. Courier's coming out with home.
Perfect.
Oh, no, smoke actually, so. We'll buy it. Bush goes a bit further behind. So now we have a little bit of a calm down period where both teams just get to look to farm up and actually look to perhaps pressure a tower here. Pressure one of those tier 1s.
I mean, Mind Control's just been left completely
He's
alone.
completely
No
alone.
other heroes are even in the area, but Maposhka is finally going to come on down bottom and try and keep that tower alive. Miracle keeps the pressure on, but the Hex is there. Shackles afterwards. Toronto, Tokyo. They drop down the Static Storm, but Miracle's already dead. And now
the reload.
relocate in. That's pretty good. They will get one at least. Yadaro turns, wants to fight. Stun is there. It's a second one. But
it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, the ghosts are doing a lot. You got to be careful, and the relocate will pull them away. In fact, they might even be able to find this kill on Akuro. No vision, but the ghosts will chase him down, find the angle, and they get the finish. Played. Spirit.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Well played on all fronts too. So that was like a very coordinated effort on them just setting up the defense for bottom to get the tide low. So MC couldn't actually come mid to help out. Really good moves coming up from Spirit as now the Ravage.
He gets the mana right there from GH. Really well played. And Roger is going to get brought down. So Ravage for just that is not the greatest.
No, definitely. It looked a little bit like it was going to get a little bit more spicy, but kills a kill. Such as like for him it's been slow pace for the tide. So for him he's just like, okay, whatever, he got one at least. But now, could mean that the top tower does get pressured from the side of Spirit in their next movements around with the Death Prophet. Collapse, hey.
Yeah, he is not afraid. And in fact, he just turns to RP and, well, he's got all of the skeletons giving a bonus damage.
Way.
Dude, he just killed him.
He just solo.
He didn't even solo him. He was 2v1.
Alrighty then. That was not expected. The max empowering his Dominator creep, hitting like a truck.
Well, I think also what happened, I think he had like 4 skeletons.
Yeah, the rally is insane. It does build up very quickly.
Kuro, we'll be able to get that glimpse out of there, summoning all the skeletons. We're coming for you. Get out of here. And we pay the price. Oh, Kuro goes down, tries to get out. GH, Miracle's wanting to go for the rundown, but they're in time.
Well, how does he do this? Actually, how does he do that? Gets the kill on the CK, survives, forces reactions, and now mid.
Yeah, they got him again, looking for some spill damage. Doesn't quite connect, though.
He's tanky.
Yeah, Yadaro wasn't able to get the angle on the side blades. He gets away.
Yeah, wow, that's all huge. Huge for Spirit to come back after all that. And that also could all be in part because the Ravage is on clone. But yeah, let's look at the skeletons, how much damage they really did.
So I mean, it was 6 skeletons, and then
they're not even hitting him though. They're just in the tower. It's just him with his dominated creep, just beating the crap out of the CK.
The plus 50 damage. I mean, he did just.
Yeah,
right.
Just with the max and power. I mean, really cool decision for him to go for this build. It's working out. Wow,
impressive.
And I mean, top tower's dead off of all of that. So, you know, we were mentioning how that Ravage in mid, maybe a bit forced, maybe a bit rushed. So paying off heavily here for Spirit. They are probably very happy with the state of the game, but I wouldn't say that Enigma Galaxy is unhappy with the state of the game either. I think both teams are pretty equal position, to be honest.
Well, and you know, they've been slowly whittling away at this mid-tier 1 tower for Radiant. They actually killed a boots of travel and creep they're doing it on.
Ooh, Roger.
Radiant's mid
Farewell.
towers.
Yeah, no man's land. There's never going to be enough here. And we'll get the shackles to buy a little bit of extra time, but eventually 2 will fall. And I guess the big sort of advantage that we're probably going to be seeing, at least for Enigma, is like that sort of maximum maneuverability with IO.
Yes. They have to play a bit differently with their lineup just because they are quite reliant on the Ravage for the actual team fights. And this is a squishy lean-in. If they ever get on top of Miracle, this is very likely what's going to happen.
That was sick. Again, I mean, Maposhka, they set it up and Collapse just ran in easy as could be.
And they tried to reload out, so they're going to get a secondary one and the mid tower as well.
Dude,
that's a pretty big last few moments, last 5 minutes or so for Team Spirit. Massive.
No break.
Jeez. Yeah, it is completely turned around after the laning stage. It's all been Spirit.
Yep.
Now move on in, take this one down.
Collapse is like level 10. He's got his Blink Dagger done. So that's actually quite a big concern, I would say, for Team Enigma now. The Blink's going to be online so early. They're even now going straight for a Roach. They have DP ult up, TAs in the area, so tempo is kicked up, and they already have the tools now to get on top of that Lina, which is the biggest problem, I feel like, for Enigma Galaxy. Now Roach 2, TA things.
It's interesting. Usually you get the Deso before you finish Roach, but this time around, we thought I was just going to go for that the other way around instead.
Yeah, they had the Shaman, so it does make it
a
lot easier for them to go for it now. Got it. Tier 1s are clearly taken out by control.
Break in, Ravage trying to blow them up, and they will get 2. It's just the support.
Once again. And they didn't actually use Exorcism onto the Roche. They still have it ready for the fight if they'd like to go here.
They might have 2 buybacks if they wanted to try and take this fight, but it's hard to start it.
They got one
looking for it. There it is, but it's going to catch it out afterwards. But it's not enough. No. That Miracle's still dead. And now Mind Control pulled back and skewered off to the side. We're going to find another one. One of those blink reveals is not like the other.
My goodness. That was so fast by Kuroki as well, too, but he had to actually, I guess, get it before the RP goes out. Just that stun, it's enough for them to get on top of Lina. And ILTW actually just gets out. He had, what, like 5% HP when he TP'd. That was very close. And that was Enigma picking the fight. They jumped in with the Ravage initially and then started to push that down. I don't think they knew that this Blink Dagger was on the Magnus yet.
Spirit, they came online. I mean, that's the thing, right? You see this hero, he's struggling in the laning stage, and then suddenly get a couple kills and it all turns back around. Yadaro.
No man's land.
Yeah, he is out there. So is this 2 deaths? Collapses in the area with the Blink Dagger, though, so they can maybe turn this around.
They're bringing more.
Wants to do it. Stun is there. 4-second one, in fact. And now we'll Cold Embrace afterwards. We'll have a bit more, but Yadaro. Oh, he's off in time. Tries to get out of there. I think they've left him for dead now. Winter's Curse afterwards, trying to kill off. LTW will be enough. He goes down. Oh, Maposhka is going to fall. So they lose the TA in exchange. But can they bring down Miracle? This is a big kill if they can get it. Clap's trying to run down, but the IO comes back in time. GH able to save Miracle's life. And Toronto Tokyo in some trouble.
He's speedy, but
yeah, the glimpse is there in the end. So they'll pull him back in and bring him down. Team Spirit just getting sloppy there towards the end.
And top Roger, his ult just came up. He drops towards, but there's a reload.
Yeah, this is going to be a bring down here, most likely. Although if you can wait long enough, 4 seconds, can you survive?
I did to just leave him as well, too, just in case. So, but he does get significant damage on top, but that was a very aggressive position, we can say, from Yotaro, farming the enemy Ancients with only 2 of his teammates to back up. They didn't have the Shaman in the area, so it was like everyone from Spirit kind of started to react, run over, but it was easier for Enigma to surround them.
Jumps in.
Trying again.
Skewer back.
Watch the trap that was already there.
The Laguna Boy's doing nothing. They just get him.
Oh my god. How does he do this? How does he do this?
He's a hunter.
He really is. And that was with the TA trap that was placed in the lane, so he gets the easy bit of assist from his buddy. Level 13.
A really solid showing from Spirit. I mean, there's been a couple hiccups, for sure. And there's, you know, bits and pieces that are looking good for Nick Galaxy here as well. That BKB just now completed. They're getting close to it on the Lina as well. How good are those timings?
It's definitely really important for the Lina. However, Miracle he's bleeding a lot in this game already. 4 deaths, and every single time they're able to get on top of him, it's not really been preventable by a BKB. I think he still might just get Blink RP'd, and even if he gets the BKB off, it's might be likely that he dies from the massive physical damage. So, game still feels pretty difficult. Oh, but they might be able to get a glimpse here of the collapse. Not quite under the tower, a bit early there from Kuro.
Collapse gets away. They did bring some more heroes up here, which is slightly annoying. Still farming on the other side of the map with Tide.
Roger actually has a blink as well now. So I guess that split push that he did top, even though he died, he got I think he got like 2 waves and a decent chunk of damage on the tower. So now they have multiple different ways to get on top of Lina. And just, there's so many different things that go through that BKB.
Oh, there it is. We've seen this time and time again. Collapse with his shard. Miracle goes down.
Some TP's in too.
I mean, it's fight now.
No, but the reload, they went for the save and he just died too fast, so they're gonna lose another one. Giving him an option to...
God. And they bring him down. There wasn't a chance. So this is going to be a tier 2 tower now.
And look at those Desos. Look at the Deso stacks. They're building up already.
Oh, God. This item.
This item is insane now.
You know the drill.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one.
Yeah, I'm not. As a support, getting one-shotted and then it just gets worse and worse. You get one-shotted even easier by these crazy heroes. These very popular heroes like TA2. Yes. So far, though, like I do want to say, like feels like the last 10 minutes, Spirit's been in pretty good control of this game, except for when Yutaro, of course, went to the enemy Ancients and did a little bit too aggressive a move. Overall, though, they've had some really solid points. And this is a BKB, Arcane Rune, Death Prophet ult.
Oh, this is... Oh.
Can't for the kill, so what's he going to do with Exorcism? Maybe go farm some like Ancients or something like that. Or maybe they just still persist for the fight, because they are smoked. RP's ready.
This is getting a little bit testy now, and yeah, they're gonna play the map. Do that right now, Nick, very much. Well, actually, I mean, if there's an opening there, there's a chance,
And
but they're not gonna go.
I don't think they want to force it per se, because now they know Ravage is back up. So right now it's gonna, if there is a fight that kicks off, it's everyone, you know, everyone's ultimate versus everyone except for the Death Prophet at the moment. I think Phantasm was actually used to farm earlier, but it's back up now. As soon as it comes back up, they smoke. They want that fight. Albert is well picked up too versus the TA. That's going to be strong. So damage will be limited perhaps by Spirit if he gets the Halberd on TA.
Walking right up the hill. ILTW doesn't have any vision though. Roger's there with the Hex and then the blink away. I mean,
knew.
That felt like they knew it was coming.
But, I mean, the information on the map for them is pretty good, right? Top is pushing in pretty hard. Bottom is pushing in pretty hard. So they didn't see anything happening on those side lanes. So it did look like they expected a move coming out.
Well, that smoke, they're able to force them out of their triangle for a moment, heading back to farm around the map. Team Spirit could maybe look for something, but it looks like they're sort of farming and maybe until that next set of items.
Yeah, or
essentially.
Maybe just waiting for a DP ult too, right? Because it was an arcane rune, I believe that he did pop it with, so it should be back up any moment now. But I think just looking to play around their vision. They don't want to jump into blind things, like blindly into a Ravage. They have so much vision around the top side because of the TA still, so they're looking to play around their Ez. Here we go. DP ult is back up. Level 18 on Yutaro.
Wyvern also just finishing a Blink Dagger, so another
one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah. So, I mean, the BKB, like, there's so many different things that just pierce right through it. All the damage that they have coming off from Death Prophet and TA, and now the further control from Wyvern and Magnus. I feel like it's going to be difficult unless they get the initiation with the Tidehunter themselves, but it's not been the case.
Good Static Storm could also interrupt things potentially, but it feels like maybe that vision is going to be really important as well, and that's maybe where the Dominator creep. But Blink Dagger now also done for CK.
Yeah, I like that. Good way to get your illusions in without having to just like walk them in and get just destroyed by the Death Prophet exorcism or anything like that. Good way to get a good initiation, not just relying on Tide. And then he can snipe the supports pretty easily too. Like something like Shadow Shaman, he just phantasms one reality rift and Roger's dead. But they're actually gonna push high ground, it looks like here. At least force something.
Very interesting. Obviously, no more Aegis on the outer. It's gone away long ago, and Roche pretty soon capable of respawning. So, Team Spirit, they smoke up afterwards.
Okay, so they force reactions. They wanted to get some type of information, then they're going to swing across the map, see if they can catch anybody. But Enigma, I think they know. They know this plan.
Trouble
They're prepared for it. Getting up onto their high ground.
Tokyo is thinking about heading over this direction. ILTW's there. He's going to break it on Yadaro. Pops ulti.
Ooh, they can back up a little bit here.
Yeah. Has the illusion again, can go for that big initiation if they want to, but they're killing the Phantasm. So Phantasm pop.
A little help.
They lost the one too.
Jumps in. Oh, they got him! Right at the start, they kill him on the time. Ravage there, and only is onto one. But it's a good one to get. Afterwards, they get the wards. Nice connection there. Lina can't do anything. Miracle completely out of that fight. Dude, devastating combo. Team Spirit, they get the ward, get the vision, win the fight.
The Blinks, they have so many ways to get on top of Lina. Miracle gets the stun, the follow-up, but then Roger jumps in, Blink hacks, and then on the back line, Blink Winter's Curse on the other three. Actually perfectly executed, it looked like Team Spirit.
Such a solid performance here. And yeah, I mean, you're going to be rewarded. It's a quick Roche spawn.
Oh my goodness, it really is.
Difficulties.
I don't think they're trapping it though. They don't. So they actually don't know.
Okay, all right.
The Dire couldn't
A little bit of respite there for Enigma.
But they can just go back in. They didn't even use RP in that fight.
What?
They used everything else, of course, but it was
That
that ward did everything and collapse. He actually got the pre-stun. Did you see that? ILTW tried to pre-stun, but he hit the Alpha Wolf.
Oh no!
I don't know what that was about, but I think he was maybe just arguing it. But and there, instant hex on the side.
Yeah, and then they're over there to the side looking for a big jump. Good blink out afterwards by LTW. That could have gone even worse.
Yeah. And now though, now there's no Ravage, and there's still going to be an RP up as we were mentioning for the side of Spirit. And now all the rest of their stuff is going to come back up, and they have absolute full map control. Game's starting to get quite difficult. It does feel. We're at the Dire. Indeed.
Okay. W, I mean, he's completely no man's land, but he does have PH nearby, and will manage to escape. So that's something. Can go for the counter pickup kill if they want to on G.
Farewell, GH. No, he's gonna get double melted. Let's see. One. Give me the other one. Oh, I didn't get the second one off.
I fist down.
And that Prophet is getting her items. She's got the BKB ready. She's got the plate mail. That's like the dream. Those are the two big ones that you always want to have as this hero. So let's watch it again. Right on edge.
Yeah, that one hurt. You know, it's interesting. The fact that they were winning those fights and haven't been able to get Roche, but maybe after this one it will be the big time. Although, okay, Lotus Storm, that gets him out of there. And a good turnaround. Well played by Kuro. Tokyo still has the BKB going. And Yadaro, he found the real LTW. The silence is there. He doesn't have anywhere else left to go. He's trying to hide away. TP out. Pushka lab stops it.
Pushka's looking for more.
Find anybody. It doesn't look like it.
No. Right. They're so quick to swing around the map on Spirit. It's just everybody just there out of nowhere. They just quickly collapse on top of them, and seems like it's been that for the majority of this game. They just always seem to have the advantage of numbers, it feels like, and just set up over Team Enigma as, yeah, we see that ultimate orb taken out. We see Miracle again going for Scotty like he did earlier today when he was playing the Invoke, since he's playing versus two ranged cores. Which makes sense.
Radiant's top towers taking
It's interesting to me that Team Spirit, like, they're very much waiting on this Roche. Like, you have to
checked it out. Yeah.
I know. I mean, they have to know at this point that it's back up because of the timer, but it feels like they want to, like, get the Roche for when they actually want to go high ground, maybe.
I think they didn't know. He just sent this creep in. He just scouted it and pinged it. I think they just weren't expecting such a fast spawn themselves.
Oh, he's got the scout Harpy. That thing's so awesome.
Oh, that thing is so busted in the Roche pit actually. Yeah. Oh, look, he's gonna fly it up.
Yeah, it's all the vision.
He's gonna scout.
Up top, I think they're getting a kill also though. And yeah, they got him.
Oh, and it's a tide. It's a big one. Oh.
No shard.
Following disabled, they don't.
Didn't have the shard on.
They actually used both. Yeah, Tokyo didn't buy it. At mid.
Okay.
Finally, ILTW finds something for himself. But on the other side.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's too.
Story of the game, feels like, for Miracle. Just every time he just gets quad blink. Well, now, of course, it's going to be like quad blinks on him, but they always just get right on top of her.
LTW pops. Oh, he's ulti to go in. I mean, Roger's on the other side. They've got full chase down if they want to. That was a good amount of damage out there. And then BKB meld out. Hex is there as well. They do get the control for the kill onto Roger. PH trying to back away. Hit quite enough to bring down that IO. And Team Spirit looking for their opening. They don't have RP, but they can pull him back with the skewer. Again. Oh, Ravage to turn though.
Do they have damage?
They don't. nothing else is left in the tank. And Mind Control instead is just going to get buried here. They pull him in too. Although
he's getting
he's
anchor smash.
very strong. He is a strong Tide Hunter. But push back to the
head. The blink headbang by collapse. Pushing him back into them.
How many more like movement items do you need if you're playing Mag with Shard?
Oh, look, filled up as well, gives him full mana.
Nice.
And that's Ravage down, and now they can go straight into that rush. Yeah, game is just quite impossible, it does feel, and that Ravage is kind of just like a nail in the coffin almost, it feels, where they're not gonna be able to fight now into this Roche pit. Like, there's no way they can take the engagement here. Don't know if they could have anyway with Ravage, to be honest, but maybe they could have attempted. Now they just can't even try.
It's so difficult. Yeah, and it feels like they're going to need to wait for some type of mistake or an overextension or just find that one opportunity to go all in on it. But right now, at least Team Spirit, they are going to get Roche, Aegis, Shard.
Now there's the silence, of course, on those pesky traps. For level 22 with an Aghanims too, so at this point now, when you're like with an IO lineup and you've had such a struggling time for the last like 15 minutes, you want to start like maybe like split push. You can't. Right. Like it's just not an option when you're playing versus this TA now with an Aghanims.
I think they gave the Shard to somebody else actually.
Oh, he did. Okay. Yeah. He's still holding it on Roger.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Let it get better over time.
Maybe he didn't notice yet. He has it queued up too.
Yeah. Potential now.
He's giving it to Tokyo. Okay, fair. Yeah, I mean that is well, either one of those, honestly, the TA or the Death Prophet one are insane. The Death Prophet one has gotten buffed. It is extremely powerful now. You have these 5 charges of your Siphon as well as that fear that got, as the panel mentioned, reduced. Only 3 seconds now needed instead of 4.
Way there. Could have been deadly. They have the Shivas done all the way now for Toronto Tokyo as well, so the Aya's effectiveness is that much less.
And the CK too. Like his damage is going to be completely shut down now. Attack speed reduction or even just clearing out the illusions. Like this is continuing to get harder and harder, it feels like.
Look at this Harpy. It's going to be giving him the vision up a high ground.
He's going to be able to get, dude, the skewer plays with it.
The vision that they get from this creep is so insane.
It is. Yep.
Look at that. That's like, it's so ridiculous.
Yep.
How do you even deal with that?
It's 1800, right? Or did that one get reduced yet?
I think it's still 18. I don't know.
At first it was 1800 Night and Flying Vision, but I don't know if it got changed. I don't believe it did.
Oh no, don't show up there. I mean, the creeps are already there giving vision, but regardless. They're waiting, hoping that somebody steps just a bit too far forward, and as of yet, they haven't.
And in the meantime, they're getting nothing on the map. Well, Yatoro's just bottom, finished off a tower. Does reset the glyph for them, so they will have that glyph at least for the tier 2 or that mid tower, but I don't think that really cares. They're just farming the map up, not letting the Galaxy get outside at all.
Scary stuff now. Collapse is coming back into position.
They're pinging it. I think they saw the Harpy.
Yeah, they know.
Someone saw it somehow, because the Tide's pinging it. My Control's pinging it nonstop.
I wonder if you bait out like a jump on them and then you have a buyback afterward. Definitely don't do it with the gem though.
No.
Currently, Disruptor's got, so let's see. But holding them inside the base, only LTW's on the outside right now, farming up on the top side of the map.
He has to use Phantasm to just farm waves, farm anything he can at this point.
Throws out that meld, beating down the tower. Nobody is home, and they pull him back in. Can they bring him down afterwards, though? Mind Control gets brought down low and gone. Wow, now they did use double BKBs, and he has buyback on the top. Gotta be careful. W, that's a 4-second stun. Buyback comes in. They're gonna have Ravage in the second, but Yadro, he gets it off afterwards. Cold Embrace, a long TP, and can they kill him off in time? It's 1 time down. And they do it again. Burrow, he's got all.
He got the BKB off.
Really well played there by the leader, and now Yaro gets brought down lower and lower and lower. Will eventually fall.
And Tokyo, he jumped into the high ground.
Looking for the chase down. Can they do enough? The Cold Embrace is there, but I'm not sure if he's going to go threat. Actually, all the ghosts come back in. So he is still living through it, but no more damage now. Team Spirit losing heroes left, right, and center.
Oh, ILTW with the Reality Rift. That was beautiful. That was the talent coming into play, right? I think he has that Reality Rift pull, the distance, because it actually pulled him up onto the high ground in a weird spot. Then he gets the 4-second stun, and immediate reaction, miracle. That BKB doesn't get pulled out of the base. Does get caught by the RP, but yeah, that was beautiful. Really well done.
And that's the thing, right? We talked about all these avenues to get on top of it, and in a way, like, the BKB saved him. It's crazy.
Yeah. The fight was just, it was a pretty weird positioning that Spirit did force themselves into. Just, I don't think the TA expected it. I don't think your Tor expected to get pulled there. Am I control?
Radiant's
the courier?
mid tower's coming apart.
Pushka will get out. Courier will get
Radiant's
out.
toughened up their structures.
But LCW punching the tower.
Yeah, it was huge.
Radiant's
Look at this pull.
mid-tower could use a hand.
That normal, if he didn't have the talent, it does not pull him there. He might actually just still be on the high ground or get caught in like the staircase kind of spot there. But yeah, talent ends up making him that there. Buyback from my control's perfect, and it's a really well executed fight.
I'm dead.
Yeah, and they catch there the end of it. The miracle BKB that came out just in time. Quick fingers on it.
Yep, here it comes. Boom. Takes it just off. Yeah, perfect. And the perfect Ravage as well, with that static zone on top, so there's no recovery. And then Tokyo, he commits in. He was like, oh, I'm going, oh God. Mistakes are made. As you mentioned, you know, those popping those double BKBs early to kill off the Tide maybe did hurt them in the end here, but
Now, well, and, you know, the buybacks are still good when you're trying to siege high ground. That's why it's tough.
yep.
Now we've sort of gotten back into this, and this lead that had grown to above 10K is now down to 8,000. There's still glimpses of hope here and there. We'll see if they can actually connect on that for Nigma, but
Yeah, I mean, with the talent that we saw also pointed out, because the CK hit 20, he can pull people through the BKB now too. So the positioning is going to be really important. Team Spirit's going to have to be very careful about not overcommitting, because they can also, I mean, they don't have to play into skewer, but this is like a mini kind of like pseudo repositioning thing as well that they just have to be a bit cautious of.
smoke up with everybody, Riadoro. Another round of heading up.
Radiant's bottom
Topside
tower
now.
in a
I
pretty
think they'll be
sad
more
right
hesitant
now.
with those BKBs this time, but we'll see what they do.
They have the vision or not here. Laps hunting,
Radiant's bottom
wants to
tower.
find a kill. So Miracle pulls him in, but the
Again.
BKB, you're going to be able to do that every time.
Not at TI though, because it was a stun. But now, of course, it's not a stun, it's just a slow on that horn toss. But it is a BKB force, so now they have an avenue where, okay, you used your BKB, my horn toss is only 30-second cooldown, we can just go again. And now you don't have a way to actually protect yourself. So now Lina, Miracle actually can't show himself to kill those waves. Does somebody else pop the BKB?
They did use the Exorcism.
Who BKB'd? Who did
I
it?
don't know. Oh. Oh, he's got a stun. Dude, if he hits the, like, yo.
The potential, the drag into the Ogre Smash.
How much stun is that? RP is what? It's a lot.
It could be like 6 seconds plus a stun. That'd be really funny. And it's percent damage, I think something else that people are gonna watch out for. So yeah, nearly 7 seconds of stun if he gets the combo with Enigma. They don't have the BKB on Miracle. This is cold.
A push was like, oh no, where have I gone? Yeah, this is you need to take these types of risks though, I guess.
Miracle is quite large now also after that success that happened to the base. Full AC finished up and the Scotty. So he has ways to actually protect himself now versus that high physical damage because of all the items he's got.
It feels like we're gonna need to see some pretty solid curses here, or just, I mean, the team fight is still insane.
It
Team
is.
Spirit.
They just have to be careful how they execute and how they're not. They can't be like split up on the two sides of the fight like happened when they were going for the pushes. Collapse. Who's hunting who here?
I think they both were hunting creeps.
Yeah.
It all went awry.
He's back up in 2.
Ooh, they bring it both.
They're looking to fight.
They have the creep again. They've got the
They
vision.
see it.
Oh, they got him. Pulls it back in. Want to bring it back down. Do they have enough damage though? Half HP. They got him. Shackles are there. It's more than enough. And on the other side, Toronto Tokyo.
He zoned them with the fear. He
That
just
was
ran in with his siphons. That was
Really
cool.
nicely done. And they get the winner's curse here. Gonna secure that kill on Mike Control most likely, but LTW pulls it back in. They drop down the static storm. On the other side of the fight, you can see GH getting chased down, and Mike Control's gonna be there again.
The siphon stopped the TP of ILTW, but it looks like he's going to be able to retreat anyway. Kuro.
He's not gonna be so lucky.
No.
3 dead for 1, and actually they get
4.
another. He just ran him down on collapse.
Bottom
And they've got
racks
creeps
ain't
in the base
happy
now.
Yep.
place.
Oh man, what an unfortunate situation for Nigma.
They got on top of Miracle. No buy, and he has no buyback. He got completely burst down. His collapse this time will go down.
Yeah, BKB's there. I mean, LTW is still pretty strong.
It's a level 26 TA.
Yeah, he has a basher. I don't know if it's going to end up mattering, though. LTW has to hide away.
He still has so many refraction
Oh,
charges.
good blink out. Still ghost chasing from far out of there. Yeah.
Oh, at least he gets away.
Overwhelming blink.
Yep. We see that level 25 was hit there in the fight. The refraction instances, that's where it becomes much harder for CK.
See, it feels like they're going to need to get some hit Static Stormer. Maybe if you get in towards an Aghanim Scepter on the Disruptor, but
Dire's
I mean, that
top
could be one of those
tower,
things that
you know the drill.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't think he's been getting too much space on the map to farm. Is another quick Roche, a refresher shard this time around, which is probably the kind of the dream, it feels like, for Spirit. Rather than getting an Aghanim this time, it feels like that's actually a lot better with both the Prophet and the Magnus, even for the Shadow Shaman too.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're going to be too late.
They're smoking, but 20, it's Mike controlling that buyback.
Yeah.
It was 100 seconds he was dead. He's still down for 20. It's more than enough time. Spirit to get that Roche. And they find themselves a Spell Prism now too. Haven't really talked too much about neutral items this game.
Missile Blade could be a big game changer as well.
Okay. So he's got a few things now through that BKB, the Reality Rift pull, now into another hard lockdown too.
Dire's
and the
mid
Halberd can
tower
always
could use a little help.
But of course, it's going to come down a lot, I feel like, to just how these initiations play out. That's a consistent thing that made the difference. And the Vision.
And the Vision. Yep.
Harpy.
The Harpy.
Dude, I'm going to talk about that creep forever.
My
I
goodness.
love that creep. It's
That
so sick.
Oh, God. So many, it's just easier for a Spirit to make plays where they don't have to like fully commit, right? Just because of the Magnus, like he can just always do that, like force a BKB. Or if he does get the full commit, he's able to just go for those kills easier. Well, Enigma, it's like they have to blink Ravage, and then it's like, oh my God, we better get something big out of this every single time when they do go for it. It's still quite an uphill battle.
Collapse. He's got the Refresher shard at the moment. So
He almost has the Refresher as well. So, yeah. Not getting easier, as we keep saying.
Enigma trying to play around their vision, but underneath the ward right now. Miracle, I mean, if you see him, you just go. They're all
Dire's
getting
mid
together.
towers
They have good vision around here too, Enigma. They're going to see it coming in a second here. It is smoke, though, but they'll see it once it reveals immediately.
LTW, Silence is there, looking for it afterwards. Yadro jumps in onto all of them, not even afraid of a thing. Afterwards, they have to break Winter's Curse and Collapse, trying to get into range. They have to set Storm down afterwards, and look at the shackles from long range.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't even need anything from Magnus.
They didn't have to commit anything too big there.
That is crazy. They have buyback on Lena, but you don't want to have to use it, and now Io also going to get brought down. They pull him out of there in the long-range shackles from downtown. He's in a ton of trouble.
They took his own.
He's over there on the other side, trying to throw out those spears. The Aeon Disc is out for Roger again on the shot. Transfers for Yazuro, and they get the freaking RP out. Ravage is not going to do a thing. Miracle can't go anywhere else. And that might just be it. I don't know. This is looking devastating now. Mike tries to get out of there. Chase down comes out. Oh, another RP.
Yeah, he just used it on the floor a little bit there. It's all right. Yeah, that's game. The buybacks came out. They just crushed them anyway. These pullouts, these plays for Spirit in this game, especially at this point too, they have such a lead, and it works a little easy, but still the spell casting on point. And the two supports for me actually on Spirit were huge. Like these curses, the grabs from Roger as well. Really well played. They seem to always get Miracle every single time.